Good afternoon, this is Clark Neighbors with the market recap for the week ending June 22nd, 2018. First, kind of a recap where we are with the markets with all this volatility over the last few weeks. For the week, corn down approximately 4 cents, but for the month we are currently down around 35 cents. Beans for the week down roughly 10 cents, which is a far cry from where we were on the low on Tuesday. And for the month, beans are down $1.22. Wheat for the week down around 10 cents, and for the month down approximately 35. So, in a nutshell, you can tell between what we know in regards to the weather and crop conditions right now and what we don't know in regards to the tariffs and the trade situation. It's taken quite a bit out of this market. The key factors going forward over the next few weeks will continue to be weather / crop conditions, and along with the headlines of the tariff or the trade and how that may transpire going forward. And right now the markets seem to go to a new nervous tone this week with that increase of additional tariffs by the U.S. after the Chinese mentioned they would have some tariffs. So we'll see how that plays out with the ag sector going forward. Keep in mind, world demand of beans, world demand of pork does not change, but it may have some impact of where it comes from and how it's shifted in from where and when. Interesting point in the last 2 weeks also with this break in the market to some degree, but we've seen corn basis firming pretty much corn belt wide in the fringe areas or the supply deficit regions. Have seen a pretty large spike in corn basis. Part of this is due to, and maybe a majority of this is due to, transportation issues with truck, and also more specifically in those areas with rail. That continues to be a major talking point no matter what industry you're looking at, whether it's agriculture, the energy, it's transportation sector, and the lack of trucks and the ability for movement of trains right now is becoming more and more of an issue, especially with the economy running at full tilt. Next week on Friday we get a quarterly stocks report, which will give us the stocks as of June 1st or the third quarter of the calendar year. That may have some reflection on where we are for demand through 3 quarters. And also we get the planted acreage report, and most in the trade I think are looking for that bean planted acreage number to increase, and there's some also looking for the corn number to also to increase slightly. That'll be interesting to watch. As far as acres in the March report, some thought we were missing 2 to 3 million acres. In hindsight, I guess the government was looking or assuming part of that was due to prevent plant. Once the crop is in, it looks like in most cases prevent plant's going to be quite a bit smaller this year than some previous years. One other note on the current market situation, because of the big slide we saw earlier this week, namely on Tuesday when the tariff stories came out, commitment to traders report that came out this afternoon, thus showing net positions by the funds at the end of the day Tuesday, shows the funds short corn 14,000 contracts, short beans about 13,000 contracts, and also short wheat. Trade was kind of looking for that, just to what degree were the funds short. This afternoon in the livestock sector, got a cattle on feed report. Cattle on feed 104%, a little larger than what the trade was looking for. That's the largest number in quite some time. Placements at 100%, trade was looking for 96%. That will deem to be a little bearish the back months of cattle market come Monday or early next week. Marketing still strong at 105, which is a little about where the trade was looking for. Now in cold storage, as of the end of May, beef was about a percentage below last month, but 13% over a year ago, and kind of similar numbers in the pork. So, in a nutshell, a lot of fireworks to start the week. Things kind of settled down. Movement's very quiet. And as we get to some important times in the growing season with pollination right around the corner, right now the market looks like it's fairly comfortable with the weather, fairly comfortable with crop conditions, and fairly comfortable with the precip in many parts of the Midwest. It'll make it a little difficult to get much of a weather trade going here short term, but we'll see. Also, the trade and the tariffs and the headlines that come from that news will be the key factors going forward. If you got any questions, please feel free to call us here at the office in Cedar Rapids. Phone number is 800-373-2525, or obviously on BIScommodities.com. With that, we wish everyone a very, very nice weekend.